Here's a question for you. How do you get your music these days? Well, for more and more people, it's from the internet via downloads and the likes of streaming. Of course, the benefit of streaming is you can listen to as much music as you want every month for the price of just one album. And if you're a fan of that, well, you probably know Spotify. The Swedish firm is expanding in Asia, Latin America and Europe. It has 24 million users in something like 25 different countries. Well, let's get more. Robert Ashcroft is Chief Executive of PRS for Music and joins me in the studio. Robert, great to have you with us. And I should explain to everybody around the world, PRS, you collect all the monies. You collect the royalties from, well, the way music is bought and whether it be online.
Yeah, we do, but for the songwriters, composers and the music publishers, not for the recording artists.
Okay.
So we're part of the industry, not all of it.
Okay, no, good, thank you for explaining that. Explain this one to me as well. As a layman, my wife is our family DJ. She does the downloading, the streaming. So as a layman, how does this Spotify model work for the company and for the artists? I mean, is it a case of the more people that listen to the tracks and the number of times, that means more money for the artist? Is that right? Or
That's
for the...
Exactly right. So in the old days, you used to buy a CD,
Yep.
and then people get paid on the basis of what songs were on the CD. Then, as we get into downloads, you get paid for the actual download that you buy, but once you bought it, then there's some money, and then you can listen to it forever. With the streaming services, then you get paid according to which song is listened to and how many times it's listened. So we're getting a little bit more granular as all of these services develop.
It's interesting because I was reading some reports, and there's some artists, etc., and organisations in the industry out there that complain. They say, "But hang on, down through this model, somebody's got to listen to the song, or people have to listen to the song thousands and thousands of times before they, get any money. Otherwise, they say they just make peanuts compared to selling a CD." I mean, is there a case there?
Well, I think the comparison that can be made is with radio. Now, when somebody's listening to a song on the radio, of course, there might be millions of listeners. But when a song is streamed, it's streamed to one person. So you've got to have the millions of streams to make up the equivalent of one play on radio with a very large audience. So it does work out in the end, I can promise you. The main challenge for this is that these services are growing, but they're not all mainstream yet. And when they become mainstream, then I think that's a very valid and viable replacement for some of the old ways of getting music.
Okay, and Robert, I've got about 25 seconds left. Spotify has got a free service, but it's also got a pay service. I mean, are we seeing people shifting into the pay side?
Yeah, very much so.
Yeah.
Very much so. There are benefits. You can take it on your mobile. You can have what we call a tethered download, so you can listen offline on the tube where there isn't a signal. So there are benefits to that, and people do pay.